the two reasons why people seemed not to use online communities were because there was a lack of perceived need, either because their need was already met by another source, or because they didn't know enough about an online community to know what they could potentially get from it. In addition, a considerable proportion of patients weren't aware of online communities, or perhaps maybe they were aware of them in general, but didn't know of anyone in particular, or didn't know where to, how to find one, or which one would be most appropriate to them. So I think this is a good place for intervention, and really one of the best places to start is to try to simply just increase awareness of different types of resources and the potential benefits and challenges or limitations of these potential resources. And the two ways in which I think it would be helpful to increase awareness about these online communities are through other patients, so other cancer survivors. Peers are a really good referral source for sources of supportive care for patients, in addition to healthcare professionals. Many patients have explained in the course of my investigations with them that it would have been nice if their doctor or their nurse had recommended an online community that they could have gone to use. At the same time, they explained that they didn't feel like they needed their approval to use this online community. They just would have appreciated learning about a particular resource from them. As well as wanting to learn from other patients and other cancer survivors which online communities they found most useful. The potential benefits of online communities aren't restricted to people with cancer, and there are many other types of online communities for people with different health conditions or different health concerns or questions, ranging from adolescents who have sporting injuries, for example, to women who want to become parents and want to learn about the process of becoming pregnant. So in general, I see the potential for many different types of conditions. However, given the couple of characteristics that makes the internet or online groups on the internet different from face-to-face groups, are its relative anonymity. Many people may want to, maybe more likely to sort of participate because of because they're attracted to it because of its relative anonymity, as well as people with any sort of barriers to mobility, either because of their health condition or because of where they're located. Maybe they're living in a rural area. The characteristics are not just of the health condition, the characteristics are also of the individual. They're sociodemographic. I think that there's room for all sorts of different options, to be honest with you, and people like choice. And so there are online communities that are moderated by healthcare professionals, which many people enjoy using because they have questions that they want to be able to ask healthcare professionals. At the same time, there are issues or topics where people may prefer not to talk to a healthcare professional, but maybe they're embarrassed that they have a particular question, or they don't want to appear to be a bad patient, or they don't want to appear to be a difficult patient. And so they may be more inclined to ask those questions of other patients that have been through something similar. I think there are many potential roles for healthcare professionals in this space. It's certainly important to respect the certain spaces or certain forums where patients just kind of want to stay with and talk to other patients, that those types of forums don't necessarily need to have healthcare professionals, or I should say that most patients would not like healthcare professionals in those forums, but I do see a lot of potential for more sort of healthcare professional moderated online communities, particularly in the form of sort of a question and answer, almost in, you see these in synchronous online communities, live chat rooms. And what you're seeing in a lot of larger online communities is that they're offering many of these features in one platform, a location where patients can go and talk to other patients, only other patients if they'd like, or where caregivers can go and talk to other caregivers, or where they can go and talk to healthcare professionals as well. So I'm noticing that that's becoming more frequent in online community platforms. My gut reaction is no, because I don't feel as though it's possible for everyone to be everything to everyone. And the healthcare professionals are doing their best within the system that they're working to try to meet the needs of their patients. It's possible, and I know through my research of many examples where patients would really have appreciated more support from a healthcare professional for a particular issue. It could be an issue such as symptom management, pain management, which can be very complex and difficult depending on the situation, and where intervention from a professional, having professional support, would be very, very useful. At the same time, I think it's important to point out that people tend to have different questions for different people, or direct different questions at different information sources depending on whom they consider to be the authority or the expert on a particular topic. So it would be more likely that a patient would feel like they should ask a nurse who focuses a lot on symptom management, for example, or perhaps another patient if they've got a question about some very specific detail about what it is like to experience some form of treatment, or what it feels like to have a side effect from a particular type of treatment. I wouldn't consider that to be a failure of the system. I would consider that to be a reality of how the system was created in terms of people having expertise in certain areas.